know the religion better than the rest of us. The Quran's mission, Al-Quran Kareem. Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaqa, khalaqa al-insana min 'alaq. I know you know this better than me. Iqra wa rabbuka al-akram alladhi 'allama bil qalam. 'Allama al-insana ma lam ya'lam. There's 5 verses. The first 5 verses given to Muhammad the Prophet. But it wasn't in a book form. Can somebody bring me a Quran? Bring me a Quran. If you can find an English here, bring me one. Do you know me with my baby misunderstanding in Islam? My baby mind. Do you know when I heard that I thought Prophet Muhammad was reading a book like this? That he had a book and in the book it was words and that's what he was reading. Thank you very much. This is not what Prophet Muhammad was reading. This was not around. So what was Allah telling him? Iqra bismi rabbik. What was he telling him? You who's so smart, you know so much, tell us what that means. If you so intelligent and you so bored being here. Tell me what it means. And I guarantee you can't do it. You can't do it. So if he wasn't given a book like this, what was Prophet Muhammad reading? Iqra bismi rabbika. What was he reading? You should ask the question. You shouldn't be hung up on rituals. You should be an intellect. Inna awala ma khalaqa Allah al-qalam. They know what I'm saying. Surely the first thing that Allah created was the pen. The pen. And what's the purpose of the pen? Is to reach the intellect of man. That's the purpose of the pen. So if Muhammad wasn't given a book like this and he wasn't reading the book, what was Muhammad reading? Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was reading the whole creation. He was trying to teach us. You want to advance your life? You want to be competitive in this world? Use your mind and study the creation that Allah made. I hope I'm helping you. You want to make progress? I'm talking to you who's serious in the religion. You want to make progress? Study the material matter. The material matter, the earth, the sun, the moon, the stars, the water. It is the blackboard of Allah. That's Allah's blackboard. And you are the student in the universe, which is Allah's classroom. Alhamdulillah. So Prophet Muhammad was an example for us to teach us how to rise. So he didn't have a book like this. He was observing the creation outside of him, and he was reading the creation of his own self. He was reading this. And I know you don't want to be, but I'm going to tell you this. It says, وَنَفْسٍ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا. That's our prompt. وَنَفْسٍ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا. Some of them, they know the Arabic better than me. They're born in it. What does it mean? It means your soul is perfect. Nothing wrong with your soul. No sin in your soul. But in our Quran, it tells us that your perfect soul is not enough. So, وَنَفْسٍ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا. And your soul, and it's perfect. What does it say after that? فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورُهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا. With your perfect soul, فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورُهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا. What does that mean, translated for us little bitty people? It means the soul and its enlightenment. The soul must have knowledge. Not just a perfect soul, but you also must have knowledge. Allahu Akbar. This is what we're missing. We Muslims, we're holy. We make dhikr, we read Quran, we fast in Ramadan. But we're now second and third class in the world. Why? Because we lost this understanding of Muhammad the Prophet. That you must be an intelligent entity. And you, no matter who you are, and me, we are responsible for the environment. Inna ja'ilun fil ardi khalifatan. And surely I'm going to make a ruler, a khalifatan, one to inherit the responsibility of this world. All of you Muslims sitting in here, Allah is talking to you. And this is what's wrong with us. We don't hear these messages like this simple message like this to put us back on track. It's not enough for you to work on your job only. It's not enough for you to take care of only your wife and your children. No! You are responsible for the society that you find yourself in, and you're responsible for the world. But I'm not an imam. I'm no imam. That's no excuse. So let me say this to you right quick. Some of you know Arabic, so let me read it in Arabic so you won't say I'm saying something that's not there. I don't play with the Quran. I don't look at the Quran like it's some kind of kindergarten book. I don't look at it like that. This Quran has stood up entire nations and countries. This Quran has done that. And you need to be able to go on this Quran and see it. So in case you don't believe what I said, Allah says, وَعَلَّمَ آدَمَ الْأَسْمَاءَ كُلَّهَا. That Allah taught Adam the names and the natures of everything. Allah taught Adam. So Adam wasn't no dummy. He was an intelligent man. And then Allah said, listen, brothers, sisters, this is your Quran, but this is a Quran from a man's point of view. You're a man, I gotta talk to you like you're a man. I can't talk to you like you're a little boy. Your intellect must be challenged and awakened because there's too much fantasy in the religion. وَقُلْنَا يَا آدَمُ اسْكُنْ أَنْتَ وَزَوْجُهَا الْجَنَّةَ وَكُلَا مِنْهَا رَغَدًا حَيْثُ شِئْتُمَا. Translated, O Adam, dwell you and your wife in the garden and eat of the bountiful things therein wherever you will. I'm talking to Muslims. Most of our nations are hell. The countries of origin is hell. Can't compete with the West. Why can we not compete with the West? Because we don't look at the Quran in an intelligent and rational way. Okay. Then it says, فَأَزَلَّهُمَا شَيْطَانٌ عَنْهَا فَأَخْرَجَهُمَا مِمَّا كَانَ فِيهِ. Translated. It says, and Satan caused Adam and his wife to slip out of the garden in which Allah placed them. And you know what the problem with most of us is? We don't translate that in the Quran to what's happening right now. What happened with Adam and Eve is happening right now. Muslims have been in the position of paradise. They used to be able to influence the whole world, Muslims. But now Satan has suggested to us, and we've taken our Quran and put it down. We pick up the chemistry book, we pick up the math book, we pick up the engineering book, we pick up the medical book over the Quran. That's the biggest mistake you can make. Because you can open up some of those great chemistry books and medical books, open it up, and open up the first cover. You know what you're reading there? It'll tell you the first edition, 1932. The second edition, 1943. The third edition, 1958. They might have 100 editions in that chemistry book that you raise over your Quran. You know what edition means? It means they didn't know what the heck they were talking about. That's what edition means. I'm talking to you college people. You know I'm telling you the truth. You open up a classical book, it's 5th, 6th, 7th, 27th edition. What that means? What he said in the first edition, he got it wrong. He tried to correct it in the second edition, the third edition, the 17th edition. You disagree with me? Go to college and ask them if that's not what edition means. Now, let me say this to you, inshallah, I'm going to finish. You know the story of Adam and Eve being kicked out of the garden. Most Muslims know this story. Most Christians know this story. Jews heard of this story. And I'm talking to you in here too. I'm trying to give you some help. You know what being thrown out of the garden, you want to know what it really means? It means that man, Adam and his wife, were in the garden. They were in the environment made by Allah. But they couldn't get the benefit from the garden. Being thrown out of the garden, please listen, you can argue with me later. means that his senses was thrown out of the garden. I know you don't understand what I'm saying. You know the little bitty children, little small children, 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old. Do you know the state of those children? They are in a garden. They are in a garden. And you, their parents, you will say, this country is pure hell. You will call the situation hell, but your children see it as a garden. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Oh my goodness, I hope I'm helping some of you. The garden has always been here. You cannot change this from the Garden of Eden. I'm telling you, the planet Earth is the Garden of Eden. It is the way you look at it. It is your misinterpretation that you're looking at that has thrown you out of the garden. You are the same person when you were 3 years old. You enjoyed this earth. You enjoyed the grass and the trees. But now you're 27, you're 30, you're 40, you're 50. And you say my condition is hell. Why is your condition in hell? Because your 5 senses have been distorted and you've been thrown out of the garden by the way you see. Take here. Lord, man, this is Muhammad's teaching. This is Muhammad's explanation. Christians need this explanation. Jews need this explanation. Muslims need it. I know you, some of you still say, oh, I don't know, he ain't no great shaker. I tell you, bring the great shake here. And I have him shaking just like this here. Yeah, that is the truth. I'm going to sit down. You know a blind man? You can take a blind man to a museum and you can look at great works of art, beautiful drawings and paint. Because your eyes are not blind. But the blind man can be taken to the same museum and can't enjoy it. Why? Because his eyesight has put him out of it. Am I making that clear? You can take him to a beautiful concert and your ears can hear the violins and the piccolos, and you sit there, whoo, what a beautiful music. But you take a deaf man there and he can't appreciate it. You took him to the orchestra. You're hearing it, enjoy, but he's not hearing it. Why? Because his senses have locked him out of it. So being kicked out of the garden means that your 5 senses have been distorted. Somebody has told you something that's not true about human nature. And that knowledge has kicked you out of the state that you used to be in as a child. So the Garden of Eden, yes, it was Adam and Eve, yes, but the Garden of Eden is with every child. These young men here, sitting here, they still in the Garden of Eden because they haven't been tempted to smoke a reefer, to drink wine, to snort cocaine, to mess their lungs up, to mess their kidneys up. So they're in the Garden of Paradise now. Allah is powerful. He doesn't have to wait till you die to put you in paradise. This is your God. Allah doesn't have to kill you to put you in paradise. Your parent called Adam and Eve, he put them in paradise. They didn't have to go there. They were created in paradise. Here. I know some of you have never heard that kind of teaching. They didn't have to die to go to paradise. They were already in paradise. So if they were already in paradise, Allah is telling you, لَقَدْ حَرَمْنَا بَنِي Adam. We have made all of the children of Adam honorable. So whatever gene that was in Adam, the gene is also in you. So if Adam was in paradise at first, and you know I'm telling you the truth, if you want to argue with me, argue with the Quran. If they were at first in paradise, then you are their child. And you too were also first in paradise. Most of us put ourselves out of paradise. We're thinking wrong, hearing wrong. Shake your head, yeah, if you understand what I'm saying. Allahu Akbar. I always ask you to do that to make sure I ain't crazy. You know? Sometimes you can speak some knowledge and people don't understand it. They doubt that you know what you're talking about. Lord. Honorable men and women, La ilaha illallah, there is no God but one. God doesn't look like a black man. God not black like me. Not black like me. God is not doesn't look like a white man. God doesn't look like Chinese. Why would you say something like that? If you think black is to be attributed to God, get a piece of black cloth. You know what a black cloth is? Get a black cloth and put some bleach on it and see if it will stay black. The bleach will turn. The sisters in the back, they're laughing. So they know I'm telling the truth. You understand? As black as I am. But God is black. Okay. Let's see if it holds true. Let's see if the logic is true. Get a black piece of cloth, spear bleach on it. That black cloth gonna get a red spot. Get a red spot in it. Sometimes with kind of whitish spot in it, because color ain't strong enough. Get a white sheet of paper. See this white sheet of paper out here?